What's up, gamers? All my Genshin gamers. Unfortunately, well, depending on how you see it, I actually am recording this a lot sooner than I thought because when I left off last time in the part 3 or part 2 of the Fontaine quest, I didn't realize I am stuck here. I can't leave here, and I haven't done my dailies in like a day, and so I am gonna be recording this now because I'm losing days off my dailies. So let's see, let's investigate. Apparently I'm supposed to investigate or something. It did.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
I hate Paimon's glasses, dude, please.
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
It's probably because someone died here, dude, come on.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different materials.
Wait a minute, they sabotaged this.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means...
Dude, I just can't get over her glasses. It's so stupid.
Let's take notes.
How about I actually take notes IRL, because I'm not about to take notes for what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm about to take notes IRL because I'm not no ace attorney out here. I'm not gonna start writing down everything that I find. But let's see. So I guess we just investigate everything that was around here. What else? What else? Should be in here.
Go ahead, have a look around.
Oh no, this is the guy that we talked to. Wasn't there something else? Oh, it's over here. Over here. This guy's a chalk outline. Looks like a stick figure. I mean, it's a chalk outline. I guess I can't really. I think that's what chalk outlines usually look like. I think this is one of the guys I'm supposed to talk to.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location is also...
Where were you on the day before yesterday?
The Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing
I mean, you're gonna
person.
find out anyways, so.
Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
That sounds like a connection anyway. That sounds like a connection. That seems too convenient.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearing.
Information about the missing lady. Take a break. Yep. Went to see Lyneys magic show. Well, that was an unfortunate choice. Makes me wonder if that was gonna happen anyways to her. And the magic show just so happened to be another place where it was gonna happen. Very interesting. Very convenient.
The investigation team
I think that's the word I'm trying to use.
Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lyny used the machine to
Tell
pick
me
a
I can't do
random
it,
member of
brother.
the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Lyny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lyny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lyny.
Even though it's bad for Lyny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
I mean, even then, doesn't say that he's guilty. It's still a magic show. A lot of this stuff is supposed to be rigged. I don't know how we're gonna... I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna make that hold up in court. I guess anything's worth a try. How far is this? Oh. Here's the other section with the guests. Whoa, where were you?
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
And
If you
why
find
is
any
that?
New and interesting leads. Be sure to share them with me, all right?
I'm gonna not do that.
Yet.
And why would I do that, good sir?
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. It all started with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
Is that when she was like transported or
I'm
something?
of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lyny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true.
So it wasn't cut, it was
Suppose
burnt, and there's like
I must reconsider.
really flammable material. So this is like not adding up at all.
Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
I don't know. I don't even think I heard it. Sound during the magic show. I don't remember the sound. Let's see who else right here. Oh, right, the other booth. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, that's it. Okay, no, I just needed to talk to that guy. The Fontaine sound design is really nice. I really like the music to this place. Oh, Lyny and Lynette.
He's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
That'll happen. Yeah, I guess. They're a little too on board with that. I guess it can't really be helped though because they're suspects.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Who the hell is that? Wait, I've never seen that character before.
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Oh, great, it's official,
Well,
but she's
there's one
French.
more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From
No.
mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Oh, never mind. I want to know about you. Hello.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'll call you boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
I didn't ask you a question. I didn't ask you nothing.
Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my
I guess you're both gonna be talking to me. I don't know why.
Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Their nickname part.
I am
Their
the
nickname
second
once, please.
generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Navia, huh?
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lyny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for
He does seem like he couldn't hurt a fly.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Oh, she's gonna be one of those people, huh? I do like her attitude, but I can tell where this is going.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Furina was going to back down in that situation.
I wonder what kind of vision she has. I wonder if she's playable. I think she's playable. I don't know, actually.
Well, what's your opinion?
Well, when you put it like that.
She can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Sure, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry. You won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
No, I guess not.
Well?
Should probably be taken very seriously. Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. Something serious a judge should be treated like an entertainment. There we go.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
We did it.
Now,
What did we do? I don't know.
to make
But
some
we passed. Let's go.
Following which, our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait, why are we assistants now? Wait, how did this happen?
Become assistants.
Wait a minute.
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
Companion works.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
The more the merrier. I'm not complaining.
You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
I like his funny little mustache.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
It's got like an anchor on his head. That's kind of cool.
I have nothing to add.
All right, cool. Thanks, dude. You're really helpful.
Alrighty then.
Glad you're here.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lyneys' tricks. Thanks!
Alright, it's cool. Cool. We are now no longer alone. Let's go. Woo! I want to kind of examine her. Does she have a vision? That. Oh, she's a Hydra user. I think so. I mean, I could have told. I could have told. I could tell because she has like a lot of blue on her. Yeah, looks like she's a Hydra user. That's kind of cool. What kind of moves that you would have? What next? Justine? Is that her name?
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure?
When you put it that way.
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lyneys' performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck.
That's unfortunate. Maybe it was a good show.
In my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So,
I did not know that, no.
the girl couldn't have left through here.
I was very unaware.
Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
I appreciate you, gamer.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lyneys
I was gonna say, that's not that much of a security. I was able to just leave.
Let's go see,
But they didn't let me leave.
Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Quickly, reveal all your secrets to us right now. I don't care about trade secrets.
Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Trying to get on our good side. I respect that.
You've arrived. Who's this?
I wish I knew, but she
I'm
just.
Fina Di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
She's that. Yeah, that's her.
Sorry, I got
Navia.
a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation.
We didn't
These are
exactly
my
get a
companions.
choice.
Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Lynette doesn't give a shit.
You helpers, I would be most grateful.
Lynette's just like, whatever.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
This would be kind of cool.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
I don't know what I was gonna say. Is there Adeptus magic in here? But that's probably just like strictly the leeway.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Makes sense.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
What, are we going under or something?
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
Oh.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
Wait, that's kind of cool. You like ride a trolley all the way over?
So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
That's kind of cool.
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
What, the phonograph? What, like a microphone?
My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Lyneys' lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins.
Oh, she dressed like him? Wait, that's gonna... Oh, wow. What?
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow, every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
That's kind of cool. I was wondering if she was gonna be... If they were gonna notice, because she's kind of shorter than him, but I guess if they're gonna be moving really fast, it's not really that noticeable, right?
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would.
Would, quote unquote.
As you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Lyny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
We get it, you're a magician.
We're counting on you.
The magic trick. This just tells us how it happened. Blah 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 and all this other stuff. Boom, boom, boom. What is this? A clue?
Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
The broken flower vase. Also, there's no, like, actual flowers in it. It's just all water. Oh, what is this?
Huh. What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Drop hook rope. Use a hook shot to get in here. What else? What is this? Be a device for the trolley? Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's to leave. Examine the ladder. Ladder looks fine. Over here. Nope, not this. Am I missing something? Oh no, it's not here. Oh wait, I am missing something. What is this? It's a vent. Probably this vent right here.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone.
Where does this lead though?
But if they had to pull another person with them, this space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those, they get to the magic one.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Barely, but leave me alone.
Whoever the murderer was. This is.
I'm missing one thing. What am I missing? Dun dun dun. Wait, I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here.
Wait, that's weird.
She's
What?
Nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
I just realized her glasses changed.
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Young lady's clothes. Why would they? You guys are real weirdo.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Let's get back
Yes.
up here.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
Was he venting? Was he sus?
The
It was
odds
him,
of
wasn't
that
it?
are very low,
I knew
since
it.
the vent leads to
He
the
was among us the whole
upper
time.
basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Furina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Lyny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
It really is.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
She sure likes picking a winning battle. I guess I can't really blame her.
That's right. This is how
Might as well go to
indemnity
court when
speaks.
everything's stacked in your
Statements
favor.
from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions.
So invested in
all
this
be
now.
projected on the
I don't know why.
Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will and is a judge in its own right.
This also
Sure.
includes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice
Actually,
will make his
Novelette does
final
sound like
decision.
seem like he's really fair.
This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the aura trace will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Justice!
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Please, I need to do my dailies. Let me leave.
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
No, please. My dailies are just out there sitting, waiting for me.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case.
Damn it.
And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
You and me both, Silver. Let's get the hell out of here, brother.
Whoa, there's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
It would suck if they kept us in here.
I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Oh, great. They're gonna throw like a piece of bread at us and be like, yeah, that's good enough, right?
In that case, let's sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
What kind of desserts they have?
What better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
I could see that. I was like, yeah, that sounds like something that would be...
Doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all. Just kidding, just kidding.
That's kind of what I expected for, like, food in Fontaine. I need to go get the recipes. I haven't actually gone to any of the stores here.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Does she have like a...
Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Do they have like recipes or something? What is happening?
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
That's
Yes.
that's kind of cool, actually.
To meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
All right, now this is a way. This is
Good work, you two.
quite a way to live.
I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snack soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
No wonder she has all those thick thighs.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it
Yep.
was still in the oven.
That's what I expected. I almost said croutons. What are they called?
From the way you had these two
Macaroons.
guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process.
Why was I gonna say croutons? What the fuck? That's not even close. Wait, what?
Putting the egg whites,
Oh
grinding
my gosh.
almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating
Those seem
egg whites,
very,
by the
very,
way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency.
Macaroons.
Or your
Those all
macarons
seem
will
very convenient namings. I feel like that's what all people do here.
There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Yeah, Paimon, their snacks. We're not gonna eat to the end of the world.
Treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served.
We're gonna be like
as
L,
well.
eating all
This
sugar.
is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Why don't you take a break
No
as well?
need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
I mean, I can respect it. Come on, bro. Get in here, brother.
Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Chamber of Secrets, if you will.
We can assume that Lyny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
Apart from the twins.
The vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
That makes sense, actually.
That makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search?
I mean, there's not much else we could have really looked for, right?
From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case.
That's for sure.
Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No.
Shout out to this guy. He's
Is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides,
a cool dude.
if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you?
This is gonna be like a.
Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons. Then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well,
Thanks,
really is
thanks, Silver. You're a helpful guy. Thanks, dude. I like how they still have the clock for the cooking.
That's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again.
I bet it has to do with the macaroons disappearing, huh?
Got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right. Thanks for your help and for the snacks.
What if the people are still here?
A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Possibility of 3rd person being involved. Wait until the trial the following morning. Can I leave now? Nope. Okay, I'm still stuck here. Well, time to fast forward time. At 8 a.m. Oop. So what are the...
There are leaves around,
and
I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Wow. Very pretty place.
The wind knows me.
Bum, 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 bum,
The
bum.
whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
I guess one way or
Just
another.
relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lyny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Furina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Alright, well,
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
can't really trust Furina, that stupid
Best of luck
motherfucker.
to you.
Thanks, dude. Guess it's time to be Blue Demon
Finally,
Rin,
you're back.
attorney at law.
Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
We got good news, bad news, and even worse news.
No, we're already very grateful.
The
that
good
you
news
were
is we
willing
showed
to
up,
help.
so it's not looking good, dude.
Now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation.
Don't think you're
came
far
out
enough for me to throw a rock at you, you little shit.
That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
She pisses me off. I still love her though.
Since both parties are present,
Oh, Nouvellette.
I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Lyny explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
I guess. Okay, cool. I'm glad we didn't have to like go through all that again.
Thank you, Mr. Lyny. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Furina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Is there any way she could refute it? I don't think so, right? Oh, okay, I guess she does. She can. Ah, damn it.
Wide open. Mr. Lyny is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I feel like she's not going anywhere with this.
But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
Hey, where did these people come from?
By the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
It means we're fucked.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Gasp.
The House of the Hearth?
What the hell does that mean? Therefore, what?
No wonder they did something like this.
Tui? There's no way.
Appearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
Lenny,
I got a feeling that what
say it
happened
ain't so.
backstage probably wasn't just an accident.
Oh, that's not good.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened
Wow, these
during that 1 minute.
These card swipes are really cool. They're having really good shots in this.
Is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
She even has inner dialogues. I love her, dude. She's so stupid.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Lyny, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Furina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
When Helene this could be child this year from Fontaine, along with the house operatives, there must be some kind of scheme working.
Please answer my question, Mr. Lyny.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
You bastard! I hate the Fatui.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
I trusted you.
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Chris to brief adjournment. There are things that need to be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
I mean, are you gonna allow us or you're not gonna allow us? Pick one.
Deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Lyny's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Well, well, well.
This is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
And you didn't think to tell us, or?
Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please.
You know what, Lenny?
let me
I'm not
explain.
angry. I'm just
I know
disappointed.
you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset.
Yeah, that's one way to put it, yeah.
Our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As
Well,
many as we
they're
can.
all assholes as far as I can tell.
Right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Well, You know,
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
what does that mean?
Sorry.
What?
Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right, let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask.
So did you hear the thud or not? How would you not have heard
Trying
that?
to find out how the aura trace operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel.
But like, why do you need to
specifically
go there? Do you just... I don't even know.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
Someone's voice? What?
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came.
Was it like that?
On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes
The name
on
that
the
started with the
ground,
V?
but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole
I
truth.
guess, but that just leaves more
I didn't
leaves
hide
more
anything
room
from
for the
you this
Fatui to come and fuck with this
It was
place.
never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh?
We do? What? The tournament's almost over.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
I hope someone gets what she means, because I don't get it. I mean, we do have what he was doing and why he was gone, but like, even that, that might be a different crime on its own. But I guess he's not technically on trial for that, so I guess we can use it as a defense.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Objection!
When last we left off, Mr. Lyny acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Furina as fact. Therefore, Lady Furina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention...
Everything's so extra with her, I love it.
Let's revisit that scene from Lyny's perspective.
Why? I don't know. Based on the opposition's account of the events, you can identify loopholes in the statement. Okay. Use evidence includes. Oh my god! This is gonna probably take a while. If this takes too long, I might skip from here. But we're gonna try to get it done as quickly as we can. Here goes.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and
Oh,
got into an
Jesus.
altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before making her change clothes to prevent
Isn't
others
that thing
from
like
recognizing her.
5 feet tall?
At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Lyny red-handed. So Lyny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Lyny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Alright, Lyny is like a badass in Furina's eyes.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Furina's description of the events?
Yes.
Refuting Lady Furina is the order of events. What Lyny experienced and what he saw.
Identify loopholes. Oh, jeez. The strange sound during the show. Lyny's statement. Lyny claims that he headed out to the chamber to come. Did not witness the crime taking place. That would probably be here, right?
According to Lyny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
And then it's next to the opera house. No. Oh, jeez. The voice of Lyny claims to have heard a mysterious voice. Underground structures? Could that be like right here?
Lyny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Lyny knocked out Cal, but strange sounds with them. This? This? Okay.
Lyny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say!
Objection!
When the countdown started, Lyny did indeed go into the tunnel.
Oh, we're gonna have to like snitch on him, huh?
But he immediately used a vent to access the opera house basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
Successful. We did it. Maybe I should play the Ace Attorney games.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
You sure did it, buddy.
You believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Yes.
That's right!
My reasoning?
Hammered with in a premeditated fashion.
Then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lyny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. Why
Why, they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn
Wait,
things
wait a
around.
minute.
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
How you refute Lyneys' alibi evidence?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
Because he wasn't there.
You're saying that he wasn't.
Oh, geez. Okay, this is a lot. I missed one. Oh, no. Irrelevant.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Oh, shit. Which is the evidence that Lyneys wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? No one left the opera house during the magic show, and after the incident happened, only those who were in. Wait, is this not? How is this not relevant? I guess it's this one.
Are you sure we don't need to give this
That's not one. That's not it. Anything else? Irrelevant, 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 irrelevant. Well, I mean, I can only pick one more.
That's right! Lyny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
Maybe I shouldn't play the Ace Attorney games. I kind of suck at this.
Lyny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic.
I love her. I love her inner monologue. I don't know why.
Well then, if it wasn't Lyny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Murderer was. Wait, I'm not Ether. Select the gear icons and do for questions. Oh gosh. This definitely might need a time skip, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get it in not too long of a time. The guards investigation report including fireworks near the blah blah. Fontaine is no longer under suspension. The only other members of the troupe would have been able to improve the trial. Is it just giving me like the gears itself? Select any clue to view the detailed information.
Is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
Could it have been a third person? Try this. No, that's not good.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Cowell, maybe? I guess it was Cal.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Wait, we could have. Okay, well, all right. Well, I guess she just straight up yelled that out.
Interesting. Let's hear your reasoning then.
Yeah, Paimon, you could have given me a lesson at least 5 seconds.
The truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyny's assistant. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So, where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyny's assistant. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. they would likely have bumped into Lyny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clap.
What about this one?
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So there must have been some fear that she would attract attention.
Oh, that's wrong.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyny's assistant.
How can we...
He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Lyny was not in the tunnel at that. No one entered or left the No one entered or left. No one entered or left the. The sound we heard may have come from a clash, but Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Lyny was not.
No, I did Lyny's sorting.
Halsey's clothing was in. The deceased's name is Cow.
Oh, okay, so Lyny's statement is right. And then...
The sound we heard may have come from a...
Sound?
The deceased's name is
Cow.
No one entered or left the opera.
No one entered or exit. Last one is wrong.
It would have been tough for both people to...
Strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cal and Halsey struggling. Lyny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cal. Oh, I guess this is just skipping ahead. Oops. Why doesn't Lyny have voice lines? I was just talking.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient?
Wait, water? Wait, what?
Sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Could have been a hydro
Defense is
user?
unable to make further effective arguments. We will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Objection!
Lyny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Hypothesis correct. Well, then what is it with the water? I think I'm kind of lost.
It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
Oh, wait.
There's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water.
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
What? Mona does it like all the time.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Lyny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
Plus, it's not like you're doing anything anyways.
Please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
After some time, the guards come back.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
I don't like the way he said that.
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
Hmm.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
That's kind of
As such, we
cruel.
believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
You guys are kind of weird here in Fontaine.
Reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Oh,
it is
jeez.
undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines.
I'm assuming that she found out where she is.
It appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
That's all we got. What do you mean continue speaking?
If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
What is that? Who is the prime suspect currently?
The deceased's name is Cowell.
What time did the culprit use the dissolution?
In the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with it?
Oh.
I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
What item?
Now it seems like the hook.
Oh, the use of the Slav
water
Halsey.
from the primordials.
What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime? I guess
Seems like the hook rope was
the rope.
not meant for another magic trick. but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
Wait, which one's this one? Oh, was it this rope?
That strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank.
What item did he use?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire... I remember there was something else with...
Audience sighted box. Is it not the hook? Oh, I guess it's this.
Lynette was in the magic box.
What? Did I not? I said this, didn't I? Wait, did I not put hook rope? No, I guess not. That's weird.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Jeez, it's kind of brutal.
That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Yeah, how do you like that, you little shit?
Humiliation?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
What is that noise?
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Lyneys' personal effects.
What?
What?
That can't be. Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well.
Lyny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent, having made modifications to the props beforehand. His accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lyny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion,
But he was still never there. I don't understand.
It does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Lyny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
I didn't even get a chance. What? All right.
Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my
But still, he wasn't even there in the beginning.
I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move... excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal
Or your fucking
proceedings.
voice.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I
It's
have a
Miss
good
Thick
reason
Thighs.
for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Lyny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
I was about to say, there's no way he's gonna play along, right?
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lyny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
This all seems like over the top to try to prove your innocence, but I mean, I guess we'll see.
And voila.
What?
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
Okay, wow, I wasn't expecting that.
What? Why?
What?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Lyny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there, and I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lyny was the one who caught me in the act.
Wait, that girl, the pickpocketer?
You look familiar. So you were the thief. Lyny even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
If they're practicing,
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
I mean, you're technically one now.
Pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
Ah, great. Objection! Strange sound during the performance. Nope, not that one either.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
And then the fight is this one.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell.
What to do with a change of clothes? Yeah.
That she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time!
Man, they're gonna get DMCA'd.
Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lily-Ann back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lily-Ann
Flower vase looks so much smaller in this picture.
With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
We did it. Time to tip the scales.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
Oh wow, she's been here for a while.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneak.
I knew it. I knew the macarons had to do something with with this trial.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
She seems so unimpressed.
Now then, Lady Furina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Furina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the
Trying to run away. I like that. That's funny.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Man, talk about
any evidence while committing the deed.
Talk about unlucky. He picked the exact seat where the lady had stolen the ticket.
After the young woman was dissolved.
Damn, that's really unlucky.
Tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box.
She beat his ass.
Became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Lyny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Lyny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Ha! Another case won.
Lyny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
We're wishing like a Tonkai. 5-star, 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 5-star.
As such, Lyny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Another case solved. A little too easy.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know.
I can't believe you forgot about that guy.
Lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly, unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve.
That's a really weird thing to just discover.
Which, when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Well, there it is. That's what that looks like.
Now he can no longer talk.
Look brutal.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Who's
An
them?
outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now?
The problem seems to the problem seems to have resolved itself.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
What?
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But
That's why I'm not doing that.
let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
I'm gonna pass on that.
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Lyny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The knave? The one one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
The knave? The knave.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past.
I've heard a lot of stories.
Back when our parents first died,
Okay, I
Lynette
guess he's
and
just
I were
starting.
left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
Well, shit.
Doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right.
Still don't know who
She
the
had
knave
rescued
is.
my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Jeez. Fontaine's a real messed up place.
The knave might have seen
Father
something
question
in
mark.
me, and so
Or
she
quote
made me
unquote.
an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans.
I forgot about the
She
Gnosis.
has gained permission from the Sarita to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Arlecchino's
To
from
us
Fontaine.
orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lyny.
Is there a different Lyny? I don't know.
Bye, Lyny.
Oh, I can finally leave the opera house. From somewhere. Wait, how do I leave? Oh wait, it is from here. Door's open. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey there.
Oh, it's her.
What was
Navia.
with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
Yeah, that has been a while.
Given that there's new evidence from the trial,
And you got this right.
breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Huh.
Maybe?
I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
It's been a wild ride.
Say that, Navia?
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
Well, you know what? I had a great time too.
It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Man, this place is really over the top, and I respect it.
Have a proper ending to
At least
every
Navia and
important
Furina are definitely like over the top.
later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Sure.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm if Boss Navia's treating
You know, Paimon's all about it.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Please let me leave. Prelude. Bing. Offerings to the Fontaine of Lucine. Finally, I can finally leave. I haven't been able to do my dailies in like a day. All right. Fuck. Holy. That definitely is going to be the stopping point because this has been going on for a while. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. That was a long, long trial, but it was pretty exciting. Anyways, I am going to go do my dailies. So, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.